All right, we're going to talk about Nevada. Nevada, wow! The tax-free state, Nevada? What can I say? Let's go back to time. 1995. In 1995, every credit card in every bank was a Delaware corporation. 100% Delaware. Delaware made some changes in 1995. That means, one, they wanted to disclose to IRS and base, what about money and tax? Everybody ran to Wyoming, Nevada. They actually ran to Nevada. Wyoming, I don't know what's in Wyoming. Sorry, not to put it down, but Wyoming for a corp? They do that because they have the same kind of things lined up like Nevada, but it's cheaper. Is cheaper always better? I don't think so. Here's the problem with a foreign corporation. And I'm going to say foreign corp because most people who incorporate in Nevada or in Wyoming are in the state. You incorporate right in this state, you got to be a foreign corp over here. Do I run a DBA? Do I do this or that? It makes it confusing, okay? Now, in 2009, before I got to go in a coma and have someone steal $3.7 billion and I got to die and come back and help you, I was the largest registered agent in the world, yeah! Had a building in Nevada, and I've sold more Nevada corps than anybody on this planet. But there's a difference. You see, your state doesn't want you to circumvent them. And we're going to talk about that as well, circumventing the state. It's better to be in your own state and then maybe the parent company be an LLC in the future when you get to profit zone. Now, as we go through this process today, we're going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. First of all, I'll tell you to take a picture of that. Ray Reynolds, auto income. I didn't know what to call it, so I called it auto income when I was 17 and a half years old. But I'm doing about 6.6 million a month, by the way, in my payphone business and having fun. What do? Well, this is live, so you got a question or two, type it out. All right, somebody will answer for you. You can call the office right away, too. 800-254-9506. Now, I'm going to say see it, believe it, go get it, because that's what I believe. I've obtained everything I ever wanted because I wrote it down and I followed through. You could do the same thing for you. From there, in the beginning, no pictures or recording. I'd like you to think about something or reaching your goals. I believe some of you, you ask your friends and family their opinion, and most of them haven't done diddly squat. The next thing is, what do you got to do for you? What do I incorporate? What do I do next? Whatever. You see, I've reached all my goals, and me, I'm just kind of unique. I believe I'm one of the few, not one of the many. I had to convince myself that as a kid because of being used and abused sucks. And you have a trash can, it sucks too. So there's me in 1981. Highest kick, fastest kick on planet Earth. I like goodies. You like goodies? I'm talking about Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and goodies. Then I like mansions too. Bottom line, play the game to win. Now let's understand something today. We have the choice. Winning the game of business for me was very simple. This is what I did in 1976. So we're going to understand about business and structure. Is that okay? I want you to focus about and write down winning the game of business. I turn it like a chess game. I was a chess captain of the team when I was 12 and a half, 13 years old. People wouldn't play with me. I became a chess master one time too. I could see the board and kind of position it. I'd know what the next move from you to make, and I just kind of speculated and I was right. People don't like people that are right. Winning the game of business. All right, I started my first corporation when I was 9 and a half. I sent away $10. I didn't know what I was really doing, but I heard a corporation's a legal person. Sent away my $10. Okay. Came back and all these credit cards came in the mail. What the blankety blank? So credit cards came in the mail without applying back then. You know what? I built my mansion, one of the first ones in 1976 when I was 16. That's right, I was 16 years old at the time. Driving a Lamborghini to East Coast College, having some fun in a government program. We get to play. Now, my next series to help people was going to be Books for Dummies. See, when I learn something new, I feel stupid. I really do. I got to master something. But that was already taken. So I developed something called the Blueprint of Success. Okay, the Millionaire's Founders Kit. What do? Take a picture right there. If you ever want the 12 books, listen very carefully. 12 books. One book, I designed it for each month of the year, and the CD and all the things with it, and the video, whatever needs to be done, is to get you to the millionaire status. See, there's 1,000 steps, rules, and tools. And half of you got a corporation, you didn't do anything but what? Spend a lot of money? I believe you didn't learn diddly squat. This system here helps you get to $1 Million Dream if you want to. So take your picture. It was sold at the Bonaventure. All right, the Ontario Marriott, okay? From there, the Hilton in Orange County, and the Marriott on Long Beach on Saturday too. 4 events every week for 40 plus years. That basically was sold for $5,000 a set. Scan it, take a picture. You should get it today. It's $4.99. Now, here's me. Hit my head because I kicked at the light. Simple. I can do the highest kick, fastest kick. For me, it's a mindset. If I can touch it, I can kick it. If I can touch it, I can kick it. See it, believe it, will get it. It's what worked for me. So we all have a sad story to tell, and I think most people really didn't give a, you know what? I got born in a taxi on the way to Gardena Hospital. My mommy didn't want me, neither my daddy. What am I going to do? Well, let's do this. Let's repackage you like a CFO. I believe you need to focus right here in chapter 18. I think you need to focus one thing for you. Okay, let's go to the board. Let's pretend you're going to listen 110%. If you do what you're told to do, I will guarantee in writing you can have a millionaire corporation in less than a year. Less than a year. And doing $100,000 a month income, I'll guarantee it. Nobody likes that, but the reality is one thing. I carry a $2 million bond. I've helped 50 million people so far. So if this is a corporation, let's understand something. You're going to say, I have an LLC, maybe you have an LLP, maybe you have basically a C, S Corp, nonprofit, or a PC, which is professional corp. That's the line. This is where here, let's understand something. It says a corporation is a legal person right there. This was put because of the Supreme Court. Supreme Court deemed a corporation as a legal person. Now, most of you who have a corp today think it's going to protect you because everybody says you can play peekaboo. That's not true. So I was 7.5 when I heard that. 7.5. I'm in the corner listening to this poker game these people were having, Mrs. Hope. At least all these rich and famous people. Now, I rode my bicycle down to the Torrance Police Department. Next door is a library. Man, what does this mean? She walked away. She was rude. Okay? I'm looking for a blueprint. It may sue or be sued. That's the next thing I looked at. Next, let's understand for you. It says, not required to file a fictitious business name. Not required to follow and to file, okay? So that means you don't need it. It made no sense to me. Something was wrong. But I couldn't figure it out in the beginning. I could not figure that out at all. So what do we do? Let's talk about these entities that I put up on the board. Number one, a DBA is a sole proprietor view. I call that silly and dumb, by the way. C Corp, S, LLC, LLP, nonprofit, and then the PC. Okay? Whatever you have today, we take that foundation and we can turn it into anything you want it to be. But the goal is, I don't think you know what you're really doing anyway. The corporation should have 2 cards like these, which are unlimited to $100,000 to $1 million. See, credit's the only way you'll be able to get where you need to go, credit. But again, that's going to be up to you as you play this game. You need to learn to be a certified CFO. In other words, know what you're talking about. Here, this page here. All corps are good. These are all good. They're all good. Oh, they're all good. Why? Because they're a corporation. Supreme Court said it's a what? Legal person. You should start with a management company. A management company. So let's understand this. I want you to think about division process, and I would love for you to basically write what I'm writing down today. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so what do we have? Let's focus today. All right, your banks, Bank of America, U.S. Bank, Wells Fargo, all these banks, and all the things they're doing currently today, the difference is here, the bank, okay, whatever bank you want to name, they have all basically have branches. These are branches, and this is what it is, okay? They have a line of defense. This is a corporate umbrella. Your banks have announced they're closing down 22,000 banks. They're bankrupting them. If we looked at bankruptcy code, this is BK, okay? The only thing to file bankruptcy is an SSN, all right, which is you, or an SS4, okay? Their branches have SS4 separately, so when they destroy the branch, disconnect it, they keep the assets because what they're doing is tax balancing. This is the IRS right here, the IRS, okay? They're balancing and offsetting their taxes, and when their losses, taking out their taxes. So when they make a business decision, They lose, all right, but they take it off their taxes, so they really don't lose. When life kicks your assets and you lose, you bring the pain home. There's a big difference. But we are legal people of flesh. Corporation gets all the write-offs. We get diddly squat. So if we understand how to do this correctly, when your corporation here gets into the profit zone, you'd want to take your parent company and you want a Nevada corporation, Nevada LLC. Okay? You would not want to do that until you got to that goal. If you would incorporate in your own state first, okay, your state, because you have to realize you have to, if you had a foreign corp, you have to register it anyway. Unless you're going to hide behind that and get in trouble with your state. The state does not want you to incorporate anywhere else besides where you live. So if we did this correctly, this LLC would be something in Nevada when we get to profit zone. We would build a line of defense. A line of defense. If the bank can turn around today and bankrupt a location, offset their taxes, so could you if you know what you're doing. If we said we had 9 houses, each piece of property is a liability. Each house, we have a tenant we're trusting to pay on time so we can pay the mortgage. Okay? And if that's an issue, the reality is you should know Homestead Blocker, UCC would channel mortgage, so you still win. But then if we have 9 locations and we put them in all in an LLC, one gets screwed up, they filed what? You lose them all. That's no fun. If you separate the liability by division, which you're allowed to, okay, that means you're separating and you're building a line of defense. So if I have 9 houses, that means I have 9 loans. That means I have 18 divisions. Okay, just understand, it's a numbers game. So it doesn't matter if you have the LLC, the LLP, C Corp, S Corp, nonprofit, and even a PC, if you did this correctly. It's still a management company. So the old goal is if you get to profit zone. You see, your banks today or your credit cards, wherever you look at today, used to be automatic payment and paperless. Look at the statement, it'll say P.O. Box out of state. Where they receive the money is where they're subject to the tax. Nevada, I would say no, unless you live in Nevada currently, until you get to the profit zone. Why would you spend all that money and just waste money? Do you realize that 64% of all Nevada corporations don't do anything after they're set up? Because they're set up by somebody in another state. They don't know what the hell they're doing. And they did it before they needed it. Nevada corps can cost up to $3,500. Don't kill money. You're in Texas, you're in Utah, you're in Arizona, you're in Alaska. I would say incorporate your own state first till you get to profit zone. When you get to profit zone, then it's an LLC in Nevada. That's what I tell you to do. But again, it's up to you. Nevada is the only state you want your parent company to be in when you're in the profit zone. Not Wyoming, not Delaware, not all these silly other things. Nevada is tax-free. All right, look at the growth, look at the money, look at who keeps going there as well. Simple. We could be winning that game of business. Now, Helping Hand Industries is my first corporation. I didn't know what I was doing. I went to the poker game, went to the library. What did I do? I spent $10. Corporations basically are a filing fee, and if you spend more than $10, $30, $50, $100, you got screwed up. Why? Because you get ripped off. You didn't learn diddly squat. All corporations are free in all 50 states, period. You pay a filing fee. Cost me $10. I got $100,000 of this in the mail, scared the crap out of me. I'm 9.5 years old. That's what it is. I got named to the movie Dave, and then from there I started the Orange County Blind Center. When I used the word Braille, I got in trouble for that too. See, life teaches you life as you do life. The reality is you learn as you go, but it's going to be up to you as well. All right, because I believe anybody can go to school, do the time, get the paper. Now, the lie is what I hear on social media all the time. If you got a corporation, you can bankrupt and get another one. BS. You guaranteed the car, the lease, the building, okay? You guaranteed a credit card. If you bankrupt a corporation, hypothetically, BK, okay, under what, SS4, SSN, you're the duck. You both are. If you know what division of you could be, you could stop that pain, but it's up to you. Understanding the strategy of something makes more sense, but again, it's choice. Debt follows tax ID. What happens to most of you, you take your credit cards, you jack them up, you get stuck, you can't get any more. And that kind of sucks. But again, what do? Choice is simple. I created something in 1988 and 89 called daisy chaining. Every card you ever get for the business can turn into 99 more cards, 99 more. Okay? So if I have this card, these are each 100,000 pay over time limits, 100,000, and I basically do what? Times 10, that's going to be $1 million. I guarantee you, if you did what you're told to do, you can take your American Express card, all right, times 10 and have it $1 million of credit. But I want one card per division. That's like a branch at the bank and the grocery store. Got it in the city. But again, that equals $1 million. See, it takes money to get honey. The reality is you. In 1987, that was one of the years during that whole part of the late 70s and 80s, I am training Ken Yarborough. Ken was CRD bodyguard President Nixon and is also TRW's Spear and what? Security chief. Now, Ken and I didn't always agree with each other. We wrote a book called File Segregation in 87. I didn't like it. I felt he wanted to fib a little. I didn't want to fib. I set up a dashboard that allows me, to this day, to put a name, history of credit, and start a credit file. You had, whatever, you play the up and down show to start your file years ago. That means if I use a social or a tax ID or a name or history, I can build a credit file for a person, a corporation, or a division. A credit file to finance something with no intent to do fraud. The ability to play the game to win. Simple. Now, I want you to think about something today. You went to the Social Administration Department. You're 14 to 16. You didn't realize you signed an SS5 form. You should have paid attention. I did. All right, that also connected to the 1040 tax return. The IRS is behind all of this because they're in charge of everything. SSN equals 1040. When it comes to the SS4 for tax ID and divisions, look at that form. It says application for employee identification number. The SS form was actually created years ago as a universal form, as you see, for entity or individual person. It's right there. So if you know what to do on my dashboard, when I build you a credit card or card and I daisy chain one card to the next card, it gives me the choice of optional, a social, or tax ID. I got the only dashboard that does this on planet Earth, by the way. Kind of fun. So when I take and I say I have a division, every division can get another card. If I have 9 divisions and I got 9 houses, that's 18 because I got 9 lines of credit and I have 9 tenants. So again, what happens is we have old blank hits the fan. If old blank hits the fan, what happens? We would bankrupt this with no intent to do fraud. We would disconnect, isolate, incorporate. Strategy. If they can bankrupt, these are banks bankrupting locations. Cities can do it, so could you. But your problem is your lack of knowledge, is your stupidity. I'm not saying you're stupid. I said we all play stupid, okay? We follow stupid. So our lack of knowledge is our stupidity because we need to learn how to do something. But again, if I have 9, 80, 18, it's a numbers game. In my books 40 years ago, I put corp, division, and subdivisions. See, I brought my first billion into corporate structure at 21. I'm just playing, having fun. 2.6 billion at 26. So again, it's a structure, it's a game I want to play. I want to win. That was 16 million right there, again, as we play. There's only 10 creditors to play with anyway. I'm an affiliate to 119 creditors. I want to build you 100,000 of personal credit. I want you to use that sticky and put 29% on the cards. That's it. I want you having 71,000 of safety to protect you and your family. Because when you have that old blankety blank day, you got to recover your assets. Corporations entitled to 1 million per division, by the way. What do? It's a choice. I would love to rebuild your life and help you if you allow me to. But I don't believe in credit repair because that's a fraud. Federal Trade Commission says credit repair is a fraud because you're not got something broken. So again, the word repairs, actually Webster's dictionary says it's wrong. If we did this, let's look at American Express to prove my point. 99 cards, how many would you like? Simple. If I got you a pack of 10, which I did this in 2006, 7, 8, and 9 all the time, people would send me $100,000 every day, 10 times. That means within 6 months, I turned that into 1 million. See, the problem with you is your lack of commitment. Because all the things that have happened in your life, your friend, family, somebody ripped you off, or the next time you want to make sure you're more cautious, you're older, slower, not as pretty as you used to be, you're 35 to 75 years old, your lack of commitment is going to basically, knock yourself off the block. You're not going to be able to play. Daisy chaining of credit. Structure is key. What do? Think, it only takes 38 steps to reach a goal. We must hear it 8 times. We must win the game of credit, or game of business. And that's why I named it Winning the Game of Business. I would like to get you $5,000 a month income if you basically were in my partnership program with me. But it's up to you. I'd like to get you to 10. I'd like to do it again and again, but it's up to you. I've helped 50 million people become millionaires and billionaires. But again, it's going to be a choice. It's like anything else. It's a numbers game. And basically, when I was 17, had my 19 houses in the division process. I got these payphones and went to this event, and they said the payphone route is a payphone in a route, $1,600. I'll take 10. I used the corporate line of credit from Security Pacific Bank. I'll take 10. I financed it. What do I get to do? Write it all off. They said they make $300 a month. How many months would it take for me to have positive cash flow if it costs $1,600 and it's $300 an average month? It's a numbers game. As I'm writing it up, I'm bringing in money. See, borrow money is not taxable. I got to $6.6 million a month. Is that okay? To a corporate structure. It's called winning the game of business. Today, our problem is not anything else besides you. You're in charge. All right? See, I look at it this way. God gave me the ability to do something, and it's up to me to go and follow through. You're running out of time, money, and credit. What do? The problem with most of you, next year will be the same as this year because you didn't commit to do something correctly and change it. Credit cards should be increased today. Okay, from their analyzation. If I had you on the phone today, I'd be online with your credit card companies. I'd be increasing every card you have today. I wouldn't be wasting any time. I think you waste time. Sorry to say, but I think it's true. Anybody who has a credit score can bring it up 90 days, 150 points. I'll show you how. Again, and again, and again. Well, what happens is that heartbeat on the credit file. The heartbeat you make go up and down like a yo-yo because you don't know your rules and tools. When I developed the oldest card and the 29% rule on credit cards, period, I did that. Well, it means simple. All your dashboards say below 30%. If you would allow me to get you 100,000 of credit, that's 29,000 of safety, 71,000 is what? We can get through that bad time, that month, week, or year. See, bad days don't last forever. It's ways God's just testing our faith and persistence. So what do? Corporation, how many divisions again? See, you're sitting there watching me, and it's time to get off your assets and go get it, and you're sitting there going, like most people do. But again, if you're lazy, let me do it for you. If you don't know how, let me do it for you. If you're afraid to do it, let me do it for you anyway. I like doing fast track. I like doing boring and steady. 100,000. Would you like these paid over time 100,000, or would you like one of these? These are 150s. What would you like? This is borrowed money, which is not taxable, which we can finance the business and get rid of the excuses. When I bought my first storage unit, it's very simple. My net from me to the corporation was $17,350 to absorb the money. Then I pay tax if there's anything left over. Growing business doesn't have anything left over. It's growing. So it offset the taxes. Again, what do we get to do? Your problem, you're sitting there and you're running out of time. 2025 is over. If you don't file a corporation today, profit and nonprofit divisions right away, you blew it. That's on you. I'd like you to become a puppet master. Linda's one of my top clients. 1986. She comes into my Eagle's Nest program. It's a 6-week course for nonprofit. She uses a card. She costs her $2,000 and it costs her $26 a month. You today could charge something and pay a little payment and get off your assets and make it work. Linda's last project was the Hyatt Hotel in Texas, turning it into the Blueprint Apartments. That created a $27 million project. Take a picture, scan it. She'll tell you that I made her $1 million or 5 times. What do? Very simple. So what happens is all right, course here. If we bought an apartment complex, I'm going to buy it as a division. I'm going to guarantee it's a division, and then I'm going to dissect it. See, because your lack of knowledge is holding you back, I'll do all the work with you for you. If you take a credit card line of credit here and you invest $25,000 in an escrow, not me, I don't want the money, in an escrow, I'll guide you that way. You'll get a piece. You'll get a certificate of ownership. Your corporate division will have money for the rest of its life and pass your life to your kids, a true legacy. If you want to be part of become the bank, break in these into pieces and do assignment of mortgage, a form I created in 1988. We can create that to $39,000 to $126,000 a month. See, I believe in division process. 2 buildings, 2 cars, 21 cars at the time. That is a collection. See, if I wore the black suit, I'd drive the black car. Same thing with the white car and everything else. It's just the same with the watch. It would match. Blue suit, blue watch. Got it? I color code everything. But again, I used to have over $3 million of Rolex watches. I got 5 left because, oh, blankety blank happens everybody's life. 1,013 divisions. Today, I want you to take a picture. Then I want you to look in the mirror and say you're fired. Sorry, you need to fire yourself. I believe you've done a half-assed job. Sorry. That's what I believe. If you had the guts to make a commitment to you and me, we'd go get a piece. You drove by the Wendy's the other day. It's on the right-hand side. Why did you ask, when you ask yourself, why don't you own it? The Jack in the Box left-hand side. Why don't you own it? Here's your problem. You drive by an opportunity every day. You don't even realize it. It's right there in front of you. It's auto income. Take your picture. That should be something today that you would take a picture and laminate it in color. All right, put it in your screensaver, cell phone and computer, and on your desk at work or refrigerator. Would you like a mouse pad? Let us know. You see, I'm going to call you out. One of my books years ago is BS Doesn't Pay Your Bills. If you got the guts, I'll get you to millionaire status, and I'll guarantee it in writing. That's right. And if it doesn't work, hell, I'll give you the keys to a Lamborghini worth $1 million friggin'. See, you have a problem. It's your lack of commitment. That's what sucks. Did you take your picture? Your opportunity is on you. You do, we do, I do. We do it together. I'll teach you how to do it all. We do it together, I'll do it for you. I'll do all the work for you, put you in auto income. You see, you have wasted thousands, 5, 10,000, 50,000 in your lifetime on a bunch of crap. Auto income works. But I have to blueprint you. That means I'm going to sit on the phone or Zoom with you or Teams. We're going to talk about your past, present, and future. Good, bad, and ugly. We're going to find out if you have a bankruptcy or tax lien. Did you screw American Express or Chase or family? You have that. Corp, divisions, irrevocable trust. Car will be a division. What thing bothers me is stupid on the internet. Stupid in all this social media crap. A lot of it's stupid. You can only write off so much of your car. You got to stop. Stop the crap. Focus. The only thing that matters is the register owner of the car. We want the register owner to be a division and not you. Because if you're in a bumpity bump at what? Sam's Club, they're going to blame you and going to sue you anyway. We have attorneys nowadays on TV and billboards everywhere. I call them bloodsuckers. If that car was a division, they can't sue you as a registered owner because you're not a registered owner. But then the next thing is trade the car through the corporation, let it have a company car. Then we have to worry about a little write-house. What a bunch of hooey out there, all right? House should have been bought through the trust. When I created Cash Flow for Your Time, in 1976 on page 6, paragraph 3, I wrote that. Financial freedom, that was mine too. A blueprint call is $5,000. Today at the office sells it for $2,000. If you did it during this webinar only, it's $9.99. If you partner with me, we're going to do it together, it becomes free. But it's up to you. My problem in 1984, it scared the crap out of me. I get this package from the Secretary of State of California. I have to pay $100,000 to $1 million. What? What? I got all these corporations. I own Shakey's Pizzas, 31 Flavors, Subways, shopping centers, condos. And I was doing the corporate to corp. Whoa! They want $800 to $1,000 per. That could be up to $1.2 million a year. No, thank you. I went to Sacramento. Can I create something under my corporate umbrella? This form back then said husband, wife, and partner. That's all it said. So what did I get to do? Simple. They say create a form and modify one. This form has been modified over 10 times over the years. Your corporation will have a division, it'll be number 4A. One of my corporations will be 4. Someone else will be a B and a C, by the way. 4 people in a project. What do? The project is very simple. We're going to take the project, and I've had 10 different types of businesses, laundromats, car washes, all right, fourplexes, Wendy's restaurants, fast food restaurants, all right, all these pieces. Here's going to go after this one. This one here we're going to go after, okay? See, you're going to be given an opportunity to play, and we're going to give you 10 opportunities a week. Pick the one you want. Between 1 to 10, would you like to put $25,000 and get $6,200 a month? All right, would you like to put $250 and get basically $7,000 a month? So every month we're going to show you a project to get into. But these projects aren't for you, they're for your divisions. You line up the division correctly because your goal is to make money through the corporate structure. I've accomplished this since 1987 with my clients. See, I always have more escrows going usually than I have for me, so I got to have more people. I call them my soldiers. Today, $200,000 in credit, $100,000 a person and business should be done. But again, it's up to you. This was a package sold for $100,000 in 2006, 7, 8, 9. Blueprint call, 12 months of coaching. This means today it is $27,000. If you did it online with me now, it's 20 grand. It's an investment. It's not cheap, but you're stuck with me in the guarantee of income. But again, we're not going to get rich. I don't promise getting rich. I believe in auto income. I don't think you should ever want to be rich. I think only stupid people want to say, I'm already rich. Your corporation should be rich, not you. But again, if you don't need the credit, it's 10 grand today. There's one opening. One of you could join this today, flat out, okay? And you get, they're very simple. And we get to do all kinds of fun stuff every 3 weeks on the phone. If you don't have the bank accounts that justify what you're trying to accomplish, when you become a partner, I do. I can show the 30 transactions, no, I can show 3,000 in hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars in and out of the bank account. What do? 1,000 steps, rules, and tools. When I created the Millionaires Founders Kit, very simple, I sold it at the Bonavich in Los Angeles every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. for $5,000 a set. There's my old blankety blank day. 2009, my wife wants to take one of the yachts in the backyard. I have 3. 72 people watch the fireworks. Middle yacht, no problem, why not? Someone had a virus, there I am. That's where I was dead. So the reality is my wife's calling the office talking to Ron, help, help, help. Instead of helping, he drives a U-Haul truck to the office to steal books and CDs. Tom, my IT manager, what does he do? I got 50 million people in my database, what does he do? He sells it to the highest bidder, which is a porn site. Who do you trust? Your friends and family? Who do you trust? There's a Zelle today. Take a picture of Zelle. This is where you can Zelle a couple $100,000 for a deposit and work out that, calling the office right away. Unless your Zelles are like mine, I can Zelle 15,000 at a time all the time every day. Okay, there's your Zelle, now. There's the phone number to the office. Write it down because I need you to call it today. 800-254-9506. All right, it's a call right away. What do if you need a space? I don't do shared office space. I lease 12 feet at a time. So if you need a real address, we will use mine, but no problem with that too. All right, we get to have some more fun. As we play, if you need your corporation to have Dun & Bradstreet, which you do, if you don't have it already, take a picture, scan it. Analytical 750 will help you with that as well. The ability to play the game. I'd like to create your daily list, your weekly, your project list. I'd like to tell you what to do every 3 weeks. I want you to do it my way because I think your way sucks. Sorry. One of the yachts in the backyard and the helicopter and Lamborghinis and buildings too, having fun. That's just me. Everything I turn and do in business always turn to gold, to $100 million plus. So I like to play, I like to win. There I am in that coma once again, July 5th. Take a picture of the address. It'll show you exactly I'm not fully you know what. I'm the most verified factual person on planet Earth you can find, by the way. What do? My wife gets tricked to sign a POA. The nurse asked my wife if I'm a donor. I get a choice to stay in peace or go back. I said go back. Very simple to do, very simple from there. As we go through this, let's understand something. This man sign says, I lost my job, I have 2 children. A, I don't believe him. B, he's wearing his jammies. That sign makes him $210 a day. Simple. Go to the church for their food for the kids, drive Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, have a garage sale. What did I do coming after coma? I had 3 divisions of me and 5 closets. Every race car, boat, all right, race boat and motorcycle has a number 8 on it. Why? I was born on the 8th. 8 and 0 goes to infinity and beyond. In 3 weeks, all right, I turned around and started getting credit. I built $1 million of credit in 6 weeks. I bought my wife an extreme house. You see, I planned the problem, which you do not. Start planning the problem, because this world's going to try to kick your assets and we're going to kill us all. All right, no excuse. I moved 24 times by the time I'm 11 and a half years old. I've been shot 3 times and knifed 6. Sucks. Reality of life, I have faith and persistence, and I'm always going to say, always good. Thank you, Jesus. I got another day. That's the ultimate goal. So if you like me today, take a picture and put a Google review. Make sure it's 5-star Robert, 4-star. I am so pissed off of Robert, I'm going to throw him out of my program. I've worked my tail off for him. He gave me a 4-star review. Are you kidding me? Of all the work I've done for you? Don't even give me a review if you're going to do that. Why bother? So again, if you like me, a review please. If you don't, leave me alone. Come on. Not everybody likes me, nobody likes you. I'm just going to tell it like it is. We get to play. So let's understand today. The SS5 form you filled out when you're 14 to 16. Now, if you didn't do it, that means mommy did it because you were born in 71, because Nixon took the gold standard out. Hospitals mandate that form ever since 71. SS5 and SSN, that's a 1040 tax return. We the people. The back of the card would say, do not laminate, don't use for ID purposes, and don't carry with you. If you would compare it to the SS4, you'll see the SS4 says entity, individual person. That was a universal form you're supposed to use, not the SSN. But again, what do you get to do today? We get to play the game to win. All right, you sit at the kitchen table with your friends and family. Honey, we're going to start a business together with our friends and family here. Goody. I'm going to jack it up. Get stuck, can't get any more. We're going to hawk the house. We're going to make sure we bring the paint home to you and me, and we're going to be stupid. Well, that's what you did. I don't understand. Nobody on planet Earth should have crappy credit, especially when they have a division of themselves. But you chose not to pay attention, and that's on you. I've been teaching and preaching for 49 years. Where have you been? What do? You got a debt consolidation problem? Okay. All right, what do we have? We got a problem with the collection agency. Well, there's 5 ways to kill a debt. There's a problem with the IRS, irs.gov, 656, 433 A and B. See, you have to rebuild you like Humpty Dumpty. NACB said I'm the #1 consultant worldwide. Okay. Well, I created the 29% rule. Green, 30s yellow, 50s red. Balance your debt, keep your score at 750 and above. Now, I would like your kids, high school and college, not to screw up like we did. Okay, and we're all screwed up. I would like you to get a free download book for them, or they let them download it themselves. I would like to start their credit file and get them their first credit card. On social media, you need a Capital One secure card. These people are idiots. Stupidest people I saw in my life. Baseball cap backwards with the t-shirt. Ooh. Capital One secure, that's an inquiry. The answer is no. You're building it up, not down. Now, if you allow me to do it, I'll get you the first card. If not, opensky.com. There's no inquiry. So get people the truth and what actually works, not the stupidity you see online. Download it. Okay? People in high school and college. Get them the first card. Let me set up their credit files. All right, there's the phone number. Call if you need it today, too. What do? All cards fluctuate. Write it down. All cards fluctuate, but 2. So if every credit card you have, do the up and down show. Up and down, because you screwed up. You went above 29%. These 2 cards do not fluctuate. They do not fluctuate. Do you understand? That means they're unlimited to $1 million, and paid over time limits usually $100,000. That would be the card you'd use in a no blankety blank day, month, week, or year, because you don't ruin your score. You don't ruin it at all, and you get some more, 750 and above. So raise rules and tools. Since I helped set up the system behind the scenes, why not? We get to play. Federal Trade says credit repair is a fraud. I didn't say it. They indicted Daniel, the credit repair cloud, the #1 out there going blah, blah, blah. What can you do? Well, it's simple. Why don't you download the book that I wrote over 40 years ago with letters to the creditors and credit bureaus that they're all using anyway. It's called Winning the Credit Game. Take a picture. Download it. Then you're going to watch on social media. What about collection? This is what you need to stop. Just give them the damn law. Debt crisis intervention. Simple. Take a picture. Everybody needs a copy of the Fair Debt Collections Practices Act in their home, period. Credit bureaus used to have consumer credit counseling to help people. One of my companies from years ago. Analytical 750. Now, Credit Karma, you're fired. You don't have all 3 agencies. You have no phone number. You were indicted 6 times in the past. All right, LifeLock, you were indicted 6 times too, $100 million. So liars. And what happens? They're getting part of the dark web. Analytical does it all. They have all 3 agencies. Scan it, take a picture. You see, I have a problem getting, all right, Chase, Freedoms, Sapphires, or Ink cards. I need to look at a Spear, and that's the credit report they pull. So the difference is you have to understand something. Sign up today. They're going to charge you $25 a month. That's it. They're going to call you every 46 days. Every 46 days. Now, the other part of their app's very simple. Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, Chargeo, and Equifax business reports. So now, between personal and business, you got support. And a phone number, someone to help you every step of the way. We're going to analyze you. We're going to do a rapid rescore and rapid refresh, which I created 47 years ago, even for your mortgage companies. We're going to get that 750. We're going to get you cards 5,000 to 10,000, not the little ones you have today. And we're going to do a rapid rescore. The paralegals are going to help you dispute things and put it on track correctly as well for 9 months for free. The office is going to charge you $14.99. My discount to you is $500, so it's $9.99 today. There you go. To never bring the pain home. I've got to make you CFO ready, Chief Financial Officer for a corporation. Now, we should obtain your credit reports today and analyze them. Let me do it right away. Let me tell you what you need to do. I'm going to be the one telling you personally. I might be the founder, brought billions and billions, but I'm still helping every client. I've analyzed every client since day one, 50 million people so far. We get to play the game to win. Everybody can have a 750 in 90 days. And I got classes and I got things on Friday and Saturday and all through the week. I'm online 6 days a week. Help me help you and other people. What does that mean? Take a picture. You could actually load all your people you know in your life, and they show up here. You get a 10% back to you. All right, that could be Zelle, check, or store credit. The Ray Reynolds University, the building I'm standing in today, is a nonprofit 501c3 exemption. All right, let's get you past go. Lamborghinis, all right, Duffys, okay, mansions, all right, white men do jumps, stupid people say we don't, more Lamborghinis, of course. We want race boats, helicopters, U-Dogs, yachts, and Ferraris. I call it Ray's Rules. You ready to play yet? We're going to see it, believe it, and go get it. There's the goal. And I need you to follow through. So I got classes all through the week. Why don't you show up? Most of them are free, trying to help you. You see, I haven't had a paycheck for 40 years. I don't seem to need one. But it's up to you getting some goodies. I like goodies. You like goodies yet? We get to play the game to win. The classes we have in rotation on Saturday too. Play the game, the starter package. You got a corp today? Let me do this. Let me add history and get you $25,000 in credit. I'm usually going to charge you $2,500. That way you get 10 times your money back for you. But today I'm going to take $500 off of that. It's $19.99, by the way. So I'm going to add history pop credit as soon as possible. I just got somebody else another American Express Platinum card an hour ago, just for the fun of it. Wow, you ready to play yet? But again, what do you get to do? You get to play with me direct at $19.99. But if you don't do it today, call the office and pay a little bit more. It's simple. It's a Zelle, and it's a now. And what do you have? There's the office phone number right away. Tell them I just offered it to you, 800-254-9506. Now, if you take the picture here and you scan it, and you say, yes, I can send you a text or an email with your permission too. Let me know. Now, the goal is to repackage you like Humpty Dumpty. Now, remember, if I take corporate credit and we build it up and away, what are we going to do? You see, corporate credit is borrowed money, is not taxable. Here's about 42 million of it, okay? Out of about 62 million. Well, what do we get to do? Borrow money, not taxable. We can use borrow money to buy the lifetime income. And what do we do? Fourplex, apartment complex, Wendy's, Jack in the Box, what it might be. Now, I had a problem in 1988. 1988, they're shrinking my limits. It's scaring the you-know-what out of me. See, I couldn't use all that credit, 53 million. It's hard to use it all. How to use it all? What did I do? I went to the library, C191D. I found it. I can set up a matrix and loan it privately. And that's what I did. $190,000 a month. Ooh, that was kind of fun. But we get to play the game to win. You see, that was 1989, by the way. We get to play. You want to play some more? So the goal is manageable debt, $100,000 personal, $1 million of corporate credit, auto income, and what do? Simple. We learn to leverage money. There is the goal. So if you need $25,000 of credit today, $25,000 today, the office is going to tell you it's $2,500. They have a little discount today. If you did it through me, it's $999. There you go. If you basically do that and you Zelle it, it's 10% discount. If you need $50,000 of credit, it's $5,000. My discount to you is $29.99. And if you Zelle, again, you save 10%. See, they charge you that 5% on the card because they have to, because the bank charges us. $100,000 of credit today, the discount is $7,999, but to me, it's $5,000 to you if it was done right away. Again, what do? There's your Zelle, now. I'd call the office. You have a specialist, talk to them, say, Ray, just offer this to me, and they'll write it up right away. 800-254-9506. Corporations are what? Legal what? Person right there. Chapter 18. Profit and nonprofit corp today. You need a corporation. All right. How about if I do the articles for you? Officer's tax ID, put you in all my classes, and I do a nonprofit workshop for you too. Normally, the office is going to charge you $4,000. I'd like to give you $25,000 of credit. This is profit or nonprofit. If you did it today, it's $999. That means right away. $25,000 of credit, the corporation, and all the other pieces. It's if it's done right away for $999. Now, we have a problem. What's our problem? Time, money, and credit. So what's happening right now? 2025 is over. If we don't set up the corporation now and the divisions right away before 2026, we're kind of messed up. Because the bank wants you to sign them up now. Then when you say it's on the next year, you have less than 60 days left. Your corporation should do only 4 things, by the way, in my opinion. It would do whatever you want. To buffer tax is not due till it's profitable. Corporate credit, as I said, it's a write-off and you get the car at fleet price. You stay at the hotel and basically it's a free buffet. Next, we got to think about the division process. There's 7 things the division should understand. It's cheap, multiple functions, buy at wholesale price, multiple credit reports, and basically division process to separate real estate, a line of defense, like we did here. One problem with the piece, you save the other pieces, like your banks and grocers in the cities do. Build a corporate umbrella, debt follows tax ID. Winning the game of business. Clients online, I love it. But a lot of times the clients out there going saying credit repair, that's fraud. Why don't we call it credit rebuilding, which is the truth? And make sure you have a 501c3 exemption you're supposed to. From there, what happens? A lot of clients are out there going, I'm rich. The IRS is listening. If they say you're rich, you say you're rich, they could pierce the veil and come and get you and charge you 60% in tax. Do you want to be a millionaire? Say no. How about a millionaire corporation? How about we take 9 divisions and 9 lines of credit and get up to $100,000 a month? Would that be okay? See, that's your goal. That should be your dream. Divisions, I don't need tax ID to get credit. All right, I have 1 card. I'm going to daisy chain it first. Until I ask for separate billing, I don't need tax ID. I add history. Give me a name of a person or a corporation and peace. What do? So take your picture today. This is usually they're $999 each with credit reports and tax ID when they're needed. And the history, so it's right there. 3, 9, and 12. Today, if you wanted me to do it for you, I would basically double your numbers at no extra cost. 3 is 6, 9 is 18, and 12 is 24. Again, you would want to do this right away during the webinar before I'm done talking. Again, there's that Zelle. And it's a now, 800-254-9506. Call your specialist, tell them to write it up now. Divisions should be known as buckets of money. A bucket of money is what it should be done. the Raven Reynolds University trying to rebuild everybody. Here we got basically reaching the dream, the thing to be the impossible. That's what I've done all my life. I've trained over 50 million people to literally listen to be a CFO using the division process. That's the name of the game. Again, if you like me, Google review, please. If you don't, please leave me alone. Okay, now everybody likes me, nobody likes you. I'm just doing my best that I can. What do? Become a puppet master. That means if I have 2 buildings and 21 cars, I need basically about 1,013 divisions. I don't know who's going to slip, fall, and sue me and screw me up. I got to protect my assets. Boring and steady. I asked you to take a picture earlier today. Hopefully you did. Very simple. If I build you corporate credit and line you up, would you take and put $25,000 in escrow to get a certificate of ownership? It's up to you. Very simple. Your corporate number 4A would be your corporate division. Mine would be 4, and another person will be B and C. We can basically have that kind of partnership and own a piece. Is that okay? Well, as long as you just get auto income. But again, today, it's $27,000 usually, discounted to $20,000 if you want the $200,000 of credit with it. If you don't want the credit, it's simple. You're still stuck with me for the next 12 months, every 3 weeks. I have one left. And the reality is you don't have the bank accounts. We can tie that up together as we partnership to do it. And we have the verification you need too. Very simple. It's a Zelle. All right, or call the office, talk to your specialist right away. 800-254-9506. Now, if you want us to customize a coaching package with you for me to help your current business 3, 6, 12 months, no problem. We do that too. The ultimate goal is going to be what you want us to do for you. Look behind that screen. Every time someone says no, it means usually they don't know how. Next, I'm going to stay safe and strong. I'm going to do my best, and Jesus is going to do the rest. Amen to that too. I would recommend every one of you right now, 800-254-9506. Let me change your life, and let's see how to play the game to win. One of my series I did in 1976. I was 16. So let's get to million to billion. That's going to be up to you too to play the game to win. From there, I'm Ray Reynolds, the Godfather of Credit. Call 800-254-9506. And remember, let's do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. And never forget at the end of the day, God loves us all.